do is I take 22 numbers, do the 1-1 rundown on 22 numbers, and with those 22 numbers, you have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations with those 22 columns. As you track the 1,000 numbers that come in and eliminate them off the columns, working with the law average, you can easily begin to see how those 1,000 numbers are trending and be able to know how you will be able to build a nest of numbers to play with Pick 3 at a glance. All right? It's easy and simple to do. I have a total of 4 simple strategies that you can do each day, 5 to 10 minutes, and you know what's going on with any of the numbers, and you can build a skill set and a strategy to winning because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. With Pick 3 at a glance, you have the 22 columns where you can track the actual 1,000 numbers. Then you have a strategy for tracking the single pairs, which is paramount to you winning. Then you have another strategy that is very simple and easy of tracking the individual digits, the individual numbers. Then you track the front and back pair of the numbers. That way you're covering all the bases of the 1,000 numbers, knowing what they're doing at all times, and be able to track all the numbers and build a skill set and a strategy that will help you increase your chances of winning greatly for your own state. It's imperative that you track your own numbers for your own state. If you like I used to go everywhere looking for numbers, playing birthdays, anniversaries, car plates, anywhere that I could find a number that I could make, that I could play and think that I would win the next day or possibly increase my chances of winning. There's nothing out there, no strategy, no tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grids, gonna show you what number is coming the next day, the next 10 days, the next 20 days, the next 100 days. None of that. You have to track the actual 1,000 numbers for your state and see how the numbers are actually trending every month and every day. There's no way that you're going to know what's going on with those numbers unless you have a total strategy of tracking all 1,000 numbers. The numbers are random. You got 1 in 1,000 odds. So there's nothing out there that's going to tell you what number is coming the next day because they're all random. They have an argument that people want to say, no, the numbers ain't random. I got a strategy. I can show you how to hit every day. If anybody's telling you that you can hit every day, I live in Missouri, and I have an arch that I'd like to sell you. So whenever you want to buy this arch. Hello. Welcome, everybody. This is my Q&A for Pick 3 at a glance. And pretty much is what I'm setting up for questions and answers. But I can, I don't know. Look at this, a shadow somewhere. I don't know if it's on the phone or where. That's weird. I hope everybody can see. I can see. Can everybody see clearly? What's going on? Oh, that ain't what I want to do. Now, what's going on here? That ain't what that needed to happen. Okay, is it YouTube or is it me? Okay, you can see clear? Pauline? Okay. My phone is acting up. Okay. All righty. Are you new, Pauline? Thank you for answering the question here. Hello. Okay, all right. Welcome. All right, but this is Pick 3 at a glance, and what I've done with the Pick 3 is I took 22 numbers
did one rundown on 22 numbers and condensed all 1,000 numbers where it's easy for you to track the 1,000 numbers. And the way why I did that, I needed to have a system where I could easily track the 1,000 numbers because I know that pick 3, the numbers run randomly. Okay? And with those numbers, there's no rhyme or reason how those 1,000 numbers are going to come out every day when you're trying to pick a number. There's no tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grid, no flips, no mirrors, opposite different strategies or algorithms, as they call it. It's going to tell you what numbers to come out the next day. And what everybody is trying to do is find a system where the numbers are coming out the next day. Right here, I took 22 numbers. Doubles, I took the doubles and the singles. All right, and I did one rundown. Okay, yeah, I'm live. And those are 22 numbers. I call that strategy number 1. That's what it made it possible for me to have 22 columns and make it easy for me to track all 1,000 numbers rather than some fancy computer or some fancy system to try to figure out what numbers was coming and stop guessing on what numbers would be coming. I've had 30 years. I was originally in Missouri, but right now I'm in Illinois. And you're going to have to track the actual 1,000 numbers to win. There's no way you're going to really get around it. Okay? There's no way you're going to get around it. You have to put the wood in to get the fire out. I'm sorry. It ain't no free lunch, no free rides if it's something you want to do and accomplish in winning the pick 3 at a glance. Here, the reason I say that, why you need to condense the numbers down to win. Here you have, on this sheet, you have all 1,000 numbers. Here, I got it backwards here. You have all 1,000 numbers. Okay? And with those 1,000 numbers, you're only going to get a third of them out of the year. Because you're only going to get 365 numbers out of the whole year. That's why I only do pick 3. I don't do pick 4s. I don't do pick 5s. Because I know there's the numbers, the odds are too astronomical to win. So putting my money and energy into something like that, to me, is not a good bet. I wanted to bet on something that I could track every day and know what's going on and put a pen and paper where you can track the actual numbers and build a skill set and strategy. So here you got the 1,000 numbers from 000 to 999. So what you have here, every year, you're only going to get 1/3 of these 1,000 numbers on average. So my average is to try to narrow the numbers down throughout the year, working with the law average that are best to play. So what I did is I put a strategy together to do that with. Hey man, didn't I just tell you I was lying? Okay, sorry about that. All right, now, because you're only going to get a third of these numbers, so there's no rhyme or reason every day how these 1,000 numbers are going to fall. Only way you're going to know what's going on with those 1,000 numbers to actually track the 1,000 numbers. Okay? There's no number follows no number. There's no numbers going to bring a number. There's no numbers played on certain days going to bring certain numbers. And if it was to do that and you're not tracking them, you don't know what's going on with them anyway. And the worst thing I think can happen to a person is for them to win and win big or win a decent amount one time and not know how they won, and then try to repeat that luck and find themselves in a deeper hole, and then trying to get out and study spinning the wheels to try to get out of this hole, and they never know how they got in it anyway when they won. Okay. And like again, I said, here's the 22 numbers. If you can see them, you can screenshot them. If you're familiar with the 111 rundown, do the 111 rundown on these 22 numbers, and you get all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. All 1,000 and their possible combinations, and I'll call them out to you. I got time here. Unless you're in a rush, you can come back and look at the video. But you got 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. Those are the singles. And you know, all these singles can come 6 different ways. Each one of these numbers will come 6 different ways. And you're going to have 12 columns with the 6 different numbers. Okay? And each one of these columns represent 10 numbers. So each column represents 60 numbers, because each one of these numbers on this column comes 6 different ways. So that's going to be 12 times 6 to give you 720 of those 1,000 numbers you can look at a glance when you marking them off and tracking them and know what's going on with them without a problem. Same way here with the doubles. They can only come 3 different ways. They are the 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, and 044. That's 10 columns. 9 of them can come 3 different ways. And that's going to give you 10. So that's going to give you 30 numbers to doubles to a column that you'll be able to look at a glance and know what's going on with them. That's 270 of the 1,000 numbers plus the 720 of the 1,000 numbers. Triples can only come one way, so it's 10 of them. So you got 990 plus 10 gives you your 1 in 1,000 odds that you're looking at on 22 little columns that I've condensed. So you'll always know what's going on with them numbers as you marking them off and eliminate them. Okay. So right here is the columns I'm talking about, and on this sheet here. This sheet I can PDF to you for $25. I'll give you 4 sheets, workout sheets, and you can follow me and learn the strategy. I got 1,700 videos on my channel. None of them blocked off. None of them anything that you have access to. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, like I said, here you got the 12 on the top here, and you have for the singles, and you have the doubles right here. Okay? And the triples. And everything you can put to paper. Work on paper and build your strategy and skill set and know why you're playing the numbers. Now I'm going to show, so we're going to put it together. Now here is the triangle. That's strategy number 2. This is one of the strategies I put together where you can track the single pairs at a glance and keep up with all the pairs with this simple triangle here as you mark them off. The process of what we're doing, we're marking off the numbers like this is October anything that's not marked here as underlined is the numbers that didn't come out in September. And I carry the numbers over. You're working with a lot of average, eliminating the numbers that have not come in, and knowing so you'll know how to play them as you're tracking. This here is strategy number 3, where you eliminate the single digits. See, that's why you don't need the GRIDs, the root sums, the tic-tac-toe, the date sums, the multiple different workouts and rundown, because all of it is included in the strategy as you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers for your state. As you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers for your state. Okay? And then you have strategy number 4, which I put here. All right. This is the front pair and back pair. Anytime you plan, pick 3 numbers, you got a front pair and back pair of that number. I'm gonna give you a little short example. Then I'm gonna go through the whole process. But I'm trying to give you a total reference of as I'm going. It should come together for you. Let's say 1, 2, 3 came in. On the front pair, you're gonna have the 1, 2, which is the 12. So you know that it fell. This is for the year. You had a 12 on the front. You circle it, and the 2, 3 on the back. That way, during the end of the year, you'll know what numbers are left to play. Because you will know what numbers are played that are left for you to play. And you'll be doing that throughout the month. So, and tic-tac-toe, they something's not going to show you that. None of that's going to show you that. So what we have here in Illinois' evening draw, we had the number 297 to come in, which my subscribers called me and they won because that was on my hot sheet for the play because from tracking. All right. I just put a short up on that. Now, the thing is, you can track them all, but you don't want to play them all. I got a saying, I call it OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, and stick with a budget. All right? And play responsibly. These numbers not going to go anywhere. Study more than you play, because especially when you study with the picture at a glance strategy, you're going to see a whole lot of how these numbers work. And it won't be, when you miss a number, you'll know why you missed a number, and you won't be upset because you didn't play it. You'll know what to do the next time. You can learn from the Pick 3 strategy. Okay. Okay, so here we go here. We had the 297 to come in, Illinois evening draw. Yesterday. Evening. I only track evenings. I don't, and that's because I'm an evening person and I have to, it doesn't matter where you track midday or evening, but you have to track them separate. You can't run all the numbers together trying to win. You have to track midday from evening and evening from midday, and midday numbers don't bring evening numbers, and evening numbers don't bring midday numbers, okay? So that's what you're going to have to do. And say, and if you're looking for other people to find your numbers and it's working for you, it's working. If you're going to books and all that stuff, it is working, it's working. That's all I can say, but it's luck. Luck runs out. It's best to know before you go. And it's best to know so you can grow. Okay? So we had the 111 rundown workout. The number is 297. All right? Now, you're going to add 1 to each one of the numbers. You're going to have 1 to 2. You're going to get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 0, 10 rather, but it's going to be 0. You're just using the 0 and not the 1. You only do single digits in lottery math. Then you add 1 to 0, you get 1. And 1 to 1, you're going to get 2. Okay? Same thing here. You're going to add 1 to the 9, 10, but you're going to just use the 0. And you're going to count straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same number at the bottom. You get at the top, you add it correctly. And that's why I use this. It's easy, it's trackable, teachable, and doable. The 111, this is the only rundown you'll ever have to know with using the picture at a glance strategy. Then you're going to add 1 to the 7. You're going to get 8. Then you're going to get 1 to the 8. You're going to get the 9. Then quite naturally 10, which is 0. Then you count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now, once you do that, this is the winning number that came in for the day, for yesterday rather. What you want to do, remember those 22 numbers I told you about? This is a single number because it's got 6 different ways it can come. You want to find out what column this 297 would be under, or the base number. So, like I said, this 297 can come as 297. It can come as 279. It can come as 729. It can come as 792. It can come as 927. And it can come as 972. Because it's 3 different numbers, can come 6 different ways. So what we want to do is go to the numbers and find out what column this 927 is under out of those 22 numbers I gave you. And the way you find that, you want to know the base number. Find the base number. And all the base numbers have a 0 in them. All the base numbers have 0. So what you're doing, there's 3, I know, and you'll memorize the base numbers easily. It's only 22 of them, and it's going to be repetitious where it automatically, once you do it, track the numbers for, I would say a couple of days, you're going to have the base numbers in your mind, in your memory. Unless you're my age, 73, it might take you a little longer. But when I started this, I could whip this out in a matter of minutes. But you'll know that the 308 is not one of the base numbers. I know the 075 is not. I know that the 025 is the base number. So I'm going to go to the base number to find this 297. And so I'll go to 025, that would be column 9. And I'm going to go down to find the 297. And here it is. It shows as 792. Same number. Because you know the number, like I said, can come 6 different ways. And you just mark it off and you're done with column strategy number 1. And so at the end of, as you circle in these numbers, you want to make sure you're going to know what columns didn't hit. That's what you're trying to do, is track the columns to see what numbers didn't hit. All right. And once you do that, you always got an eye on what columns to play and how to play them as you're tracking. And then you go to strategy number 2. I think I covered it. Okay. See how you can find, this is the base number right here. That was the base number. You showed it's 025, and that's how it's going. See, if this number had came a different way, then this 025 would have came a different way. However, the number comes in, the base number will also rotate with that number. Okay? So here you go. Now we're going to do strategy number 2. What I wanted to do with strategy number 2, I wanted to find what pairs hadn't failed for each month. So whatever pairs were left, I would rotate over to the next month. Let me do something here. Let me see. Okay. So what we have here, with the single pairs, is you want to find out what pair didn't fall, all right? So with this one, anything that I have highlighted here, underlined, didn't fall in September. So that lets me know that 9 out of 10, the numbers that didn't fall will, by the law average, pick themselves back up the following month. So here you have 3 separate numbers. You can have 3 separate pairs. You got the 2, the 7, and the 9. So you're going to have the 27 that you're going to mark off. See, that's the first time it came in for the month. You're going to have the 29. You can see it came in once already. And here, see the 79, 2? You're going to circle it off. First time it came in for the month, and it didn't fall in October. September. So if you got 2 separate numbers, like a double, like 1, 2, 2, then you would mark off the 12 and the 22. You mark off the 12 and the 22. Then if you have a triple to come in, the triple would be like triple zeros. You'd mark off, since there's only one number, you'd mark off the double pairs of the double zeros, or triple ones, you mark off the double ones, or triple fours, you mark off the double fours, like that, so on and so forth. The way I won with this is that as I track the numbers each month and knowing what numbers are being eliminated out of the 1,000 numbers, it lets me know what pairs are being eliminated and the pairs and the numbers I look to play. The 38 pair hadn't failed for 128 days, so that's 4 months almost. So if you was playing any number, that's why it's imperative that you track the actual 1,000 numbers so you know how you're playing and why you're playing. Okay? Hadn't played for 128 days. So that was a fourth of the year, a third of the year rather. No, yeah, third. That's 4 months. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 12. 3 times 4, 12. Yeah, I'm not good in math, so yeah. So when I picked it up, because I knew why I was playing it, I always know why I'm playing my numbers. If I don't know why I'm playing them, I don't play them. I won. You're just tracking the actual 1,000 numbers to see what's going on with them. You're not guessing the 1,000 numbers. Okay? Now, the way I won and tracking, I knew that 388, off of tracking using my sheet here and logging the numbers for the year, I knew that 388 and 338 hadn't failed. So I picked that double up to play and won it. Okay. But as you go through my videos, you're going to gain knowledge and you're going to gain strategies when you start tracking the actual numbers for your state, because all the numbers going to rotate different for all the states. There's no way none of these numbers going to run different for all states. There's no way that no pattern going to fit all 1,000 numbers. There's no way that no tic-tac-toe going to work for all states. Everybody in Illinois, I put up the numbers and let them know what I would play. I don't even tell them what to play, because if they tracking the numbers, they might see something that I miss, that they'll bang them hard, and you will too. As you start practicing this, you're gonna see something that I could miss. So there's no way I would tell you what numbers to play for your state, because you have to have an actual tracking system to track all 1,000 numbers and know what's going on with them while you're playing them. That puts time on your side. You got time to wait. Everybody that hit this 297 yesterday knew that it was coming. Well, I recommended it because I told them why. Because the 427 and the 297 were mirrors of they had not played for the whole year, or opposite numbers of each other. That's why I'm calling them opposite numbers of each other. And I have to explain that as we go too. But you'll check my other videos. You check the video, my previous video, you'll see where I explain the difference between opposite numbers and mirrored numbers. But here, and I'm going to go to that when I get through here though. Here is knowing what position your single numbers fall in. You're going to find that is very important to see what position your single digits fall in. Okay? They used to just, when I was trying to learn and study everything, it didn't make sense to only know what the one digit did. I say I need to know what all the digits are doing in the big three. So what I did, I took 3 columns from 0 to 9. So when a winning number come in, I would mark it off like the 297. I'd mark off the 2 on the front. I mark off the 9 at the bottom and the 7 on the end. So see how that 7, first time it's hitting all month, all at a glance, I can keep an eye on all the numbers and a strategy on what's going on with them. I know what has hidden and what has not hidden in any position. Okay? And the way I use that is, say I was playing the 29. I'm gonna use the 297 since it came in. I'm gonna use it as an example with this strategy number 3. Say I was playing it as 9 2 7. Okay, say I was playing it 927 is 927 here, and I realized last month that the doing this here, number 3, that the 2 didn't fall on the front. Say that I know that 2 didn't fall on the front last month. Definitely I'm going to play this, and that new 927 when maybe my daily play. Definitely I'm going to play this 927 since this is my daily number that I'm playing on for whatever reason I would be playing it for. I'm definitely going to play it as 279 and 297, and then out of one straight. See, the object of Pick 3 at a glance is to show you and teach you how to line your numbers up to hit straight. See there? Because if you know whatever position that the numbers didn't fall in the previous day, and you playing a number with that number and knowing what position it didn't fall in, you're going to play it just like I showed you. If it's your daily carry number, see, I have daily carry numbers, and when the number don't fall in a certain place, I'll rotate them numbers so it'll hit. And this how you know how to rotate them and why you rotating it. Then in strategy number 4, and that's all you got is 3 strategies to track the actual 1,000 numbers to build your skill set to winning, getting in the winner circle. Like I said, it's the front and the back. These same numbers, the numbers on the top is the same as the numbers on the bottom. So you're going to do the 2-9 to see if it came in. You got the 2-9. You mark it off because it did come in for the year. This is really short. And you're going to do the 9-7 on the back. And here it is. It came in twice. Okay? 3 times. Basically what you want to know is the number actually hit. I usually do the check mark to put in my head how many times a number might have hit or something. All I'm really concerned with is that I know what numbers have hit, so I know what numbers are left toward the end of the year to play and how I want to play them. Because my best months are November, December, and January. Because I've eliminated the numbers. I can strategize how to play the numbers. And working with the law average, I know what numbers are coming in and what not. See, because here in Illinois, for the year, for the whole year, the 17 hasn't played, the 37, the 50, and the 88. 4 numbers. Hey, how you doing, James? Glad to have you with us. The whole, only 4 of them right here. And same on evenings. You got the 22, the 39, the 42, and the 50 on the backhand play. And see, here's how I build a strategy. When I know what numbers ain't played toward the end of the year, if I know, and I'll show you what I'm playing in Illinois right now. If I know this 50 ain't played on the front, and I know this 50 ain't played on the back all year, I'm making them my numbers. I'm using those numbers. So what I'm going to do, and I'll probably be playing them to the rest of like this all year. These probably be my daily carry numbers. More than likely they will be. Well, they are because I'm playing it now. Remember that 50 didn't fall on the, ain't fell on the front because they like numbers. It ain't fell on the front and it ain't fell on the back. I'm going to show you here. Let me get some more paper out of here. Some paper out of here. So what we have, remember the 50 didn't fall on the front, the 50 didn't fall on the back. And I know last month, the only number left that hasn't failed from last month is the 01. All the numbers fell off the pairs. Remember I showed you the pair? The old pair, the 04 pair has not failed. I'm going to show you my big, this is one I do my shorts with. I do a strategy number 2. I do my shorts with because it's very important. I want everybody to try to learn it, how to track strategy number 2. I'm going to show you. I hope I don't confuse you too much though. See here? Now, I knew that this 01 pair, let me move it over. I knew that this 01 pair didn't fall last month. And that's why I say toward the end of the year, you start seeing stuff as you're playing, but you'll be winning throughout. And it's 5-6. They opposite each other, working with the law average. And then it's 04 and it's 5-9, opposite numbers of each other, pairs. So the only one that's left is this 01, and it didn't fall at all in September. That's why I say it's imperative that you track. So the number that I'm playing, that I put together, I know that 5-0 on the front and that 5-0 on the back hasn't failed. So my number that I'm going to be carrying in Illinois evening draw is going to be this 5-0 on the front And the 1, because I know that 01 ain't failed. And also, I'm going to be playing it as 150 on the back. And I'll be playing that straight box. And then what I'll do, in Illinois, you can play the front pair and back pair. I'll play this 50 for the front pair, 50 cent. For 50 cent. And the back pair for 50 cent. See, and that pretty much cover my bases. If I don't do, that pretty much cover my bases. That's how I cover it. And that's a $3 play. Okay? That's how you don't burn your money up, because you know why you're playing them. Now, say this 501 don't come in yet, but this 5 on the front and 5 on the back does come in for 50 cent. Put this cent in there, maybe they'll see that. Then I'll reinvest heavily with this here is $30, I think, in Illinois. I'll reinvest heavily on these two here. I won't be going off to a tangent playing a whole bunch of numbers, because I already got my target numbers here. Okay. And if like that. But pretty much what I'll do too sometimes for another $1 to just cover the front pair, back pair all the way around, I'll play the 5. This is how I do this. 5-0 front pair, 5-0 back pair, 05 front pair, and 05 back pair. That way, I got it all covered, pretty much, other than willing the whole 5-0 all the way down too. See, you'll start building strategies and skills to hit, but you focusing on your numbers that you plan and know why you plan them. But this here came from playing and learning and tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. There's nothing going to tell you what numbers are coming the next day. There's nothing out there. If you ain't tracking, you're guessing. And the lottery is set up for you to lose, not for you to win. And this, I kind of like call this trapping the number in. I'm kind of trapping this 5-0. So any way that it comes, I'm going to go back to these numbers. This way I'm playing it here, because I know that they ain't came exact like that yet for the whole year. And that's how you hit straight. I know they ain't came in for the whole year. That's why I say November, December, and January are my best months. That's why I don't play triples all year. Unless no triple hit for the whole year, I don't play them. Unless, like I say, your tracking is going to tell you the story. So if something sticks out and you tracking, you'll know what to do. You won't be guessing what to do. I did hit 666 this year because I knew that the 616 hadn't failed off column 5 for almost 5 months. It only failed, the whole column didn't hit for 5 months. But I wasn't playing that because I was watching it and watching it. Then when I won, I played that whole column, because column 6 is like false triples. They'll call that. You know, you'll learn that. If you got any questions, you can ask me. But false triples are numbers like 550, something like that, or 661. But I'll tell you that that column didn't fall for 5 months. I had my eye on it. So I played the false triples, and I played the triples along with it, and hit the 666, because I knew working with the law average, it has to show up. And then, matter of fact, too, though, and that's the same way with that strategy number 3 here, like I say, you're gonna once you start tracking your own numbers for your own state, you're gonna see a lot of stuff and knowing what to do with the numbers. You're gonna have to take the time to learn it if you're gonna study play pick 3 and not burn your money up and throw it away. Because like I say, it's already set up against you. Like here, strategy number 3, sevens didn't fall for a 7 didn't fall with no number for 2 months in Missouri. And that's how I hit the sevens. But like I say, something must stick out. If a 7 don't run for 2 months, I mean, you would know to play triple sevens and everything with a 7. You'll see that. You won't be guessing that. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna do the show you the opposite numbers and the mirrored numbers strategy. And I don't really no more call the numbers mirrored. I call them opposite because they're actually opposite each other. And people use that mirror and opposite and flip. And when they talking about mirrors, they talking about flips. And when they talking about flips, they talking about mirrors. And if you're not really up on it, you don't know what they're talking about. And I hope you know what I'm talking about. I'm taking my time. And you can always leave questions in the comments and stuff. So here, let me show you here. If you take this number line here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the bottom is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got triple zeros on top. And you got to 499. And you got 500 on the bottom to 999. That gives you your whole 1,000 numbers. You take the top numbers of the 1,000, divide them in half, and then you have your bottom numbers. Triple zeros to 499, bottom 500 and 999. And that makes these numbers to be opposite numbers of each other. So 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. And the way they get this, and they call it mirrored numbers, but I'm calling them opposite numbers, which mean the same thing or same as, but I'm saying opposite to hopefully it makes better sense. So if you say if you had a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the way you want to get the bottom numbers is you'd add 5 to the top numbers, like plus 5 to 0 gives you 5, plus 5 to 1 gives you 6, plus 5 to 2 gives you 7, plus 5 to 3 gives you 8, plus 5 to 4 give you 9. Now, none of this is really intimidating. Once you start tracking and using the pick 3 at a glance strategy, it's not really intimidating because it's going to come to you. It's 1 plus 1 equal 2, all with pick 3 at a glance. 1 plus 1 equal 2, that's it. Now, and like I said, these are, so say you played 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7. They just played that opposite number of your 1,000 numbers. See, let me show you. I can show you this here. I'll probably have to add this, change this 1,000 sheet so I don't have to have 2 different sheets. Well, it might not make a difference on here though. See this 1,000 sheet I showed you? Oops, I got it upside down. Looks like. I don't know why I see it as right side up. That's weird. Okay. These are 1,000 numbers. And all this graph here is just like dividing these numbers in half. Okay. And the 120 is this. See this 120? I guess you can see it here. No, it's 0, 1, 2. I see it right. 0, 1, 2. That's 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. It's just the opposite number. The 5, 6, 7 is over here. There it is. So it's just like the 1,000 numbers are cut in half. That's all. 1,000 numbers just cut in half. And so if you got, say you played the 7, 8, 9, okay? And the lottery played 2, 3, 4. All they did was play the opposite top number. And that happens when you play in the lottery. You need to know what the numbers, recognize when this is done. Okay? Now, say you played a double, was 1, 5, 5. They played, and they played 600. They just played the opposite of what you played, or vice versa. If you played 600 and they played 155, they just played the opposite. Because you see, a 1 is a 6, a 5 is a 0, and a 5 is a 0. Here, a 6 is a 1, and a 0 is a 5, and a 0 is a 5. So if you play triple zeros, and they played 5, 5, 5, they just played the opposite numbers of you playing. A 0 is the opposite of 5, 5 opposite 0. And that you're going to need to know the opposites working with those 1,000 numbers. And this is the only graph you need, number graph you need. And the beauty of this is right here, that all my paper, let's see here, right here, right here. With Pick 3 at a Glance strategy, I put the numbers and the opposites, organized them where it's easy for you to recognize what's going on with them. Each one of these columns on the base numbers, when you do the 1-1 rundown, every one of these columns got the numbers and its opposite in them. Every one of them, along with the doubles also. Okay, you see this? I'm gonna do it in the middle so I know that you all see what I'm looking at. You see this? Let's see this 0, 1, 8. The opposite of it is 5, 6, 3. You go down, there it is right there, 5, 6, 3. You see this 1, 1, 2, 9. The opposite of it is 6, 7, 4. You go down, 6, 7, 4. Right there. This 2, 3, 0 is 7, 8, 5. You go down, 7, 8, 5. And all the way down, this whole column has its numbers and the opposite in it. And the reason why that's working is that, say, when you're tracking these strategy number 1 every month, rotating the numbers, and you'll realize that one column might not hit for 3 months. You got 60 numbers might not hit for 3 months, but you recognize that. So when I win, if I got and I'm watching the columns, if I got a column ain't hit for 3 months, when I win, I'm going to these 10 numbers. I'm not going to all these 1,000 numbers trying to figure out how to win, because I'm already looking at what the numbers are doing in my state. I'm already looking at what the numbers are doing in my state. So if I got a column here that I've been tracking, say up to June or whatever for 3 months, we're usually into 3 months. If I got a column ain't here for 3 months, I'm gonna play that column if it ain't but 50-cent box or carry that column. And another thing I'm going to be looking for is what number and its opposite number didn't play. I'm definitely going to probably load up a little bit on them, working with the law average, straight box. And I would tell anybody to play them just like I got them on the columns first, because I've been tracking, and normally they come out exactly like I have them on the columns. Then if you see another reason as you're tracking them to alternate or whatever, then do that. But, make sure you play a 50-cent box too, But I would play all of them 50-cent box. So the numbers I'm focused on, in case the whole column comes in first, the numbers that I'm focused on that's opposite each other that have not played, then I'm going to load up on them. Because sometimes you can get a column ain't here for 3 months or so and find that through the year, you got 4 of the opposite numbers ain't played, like this 018, and say this 563, and this 129, and this 674 ain't played. I'm definitely loading up on those numbers, working with the law average, because 9 out of 10, those are the ones that are going to come in, especially in hitting 3 months, and you're going to see that. You'll be able to see actually what's going on with them that you're not going to see with degree is, the root sums, the date sums, the tic-tac-toes, the multiple different workouts and rundowns out there if you ain't tracking and seeing what you have to know with those 1,000 numbers. You just ain't going to see it. But you will see it once you start tracking. And remember, like I say, practice more than you play. Once you get it under your belt, you be in there like that there. Because all the numbers going to run different in all the states. Sunny days don't bring certain numbers. Full moons don't bring certain numbers. Certain numbers don't bring certain numbers. Only lucky numbers I carry is the ones I tracked. I don't care no lucky numbers, no hot numbers, none of that. You can track them all, but you can't play them all. So you got to be able to build a strategy and skill set to know how to cut back and what numbers to cut back on. And like I said, if I got a column here and ain't failed in 3 months working the law average, this column got to fall. Unless it's the singles. The columns the singles gonna fall more often than the doubles, and the doubles gonna fall more often than the triples, quite naturally. So quite naturally, here, if the most I've seen, maybe 4 months out, I've ever seen a column not hit on the singles. Now on the doubles, it could be 6 months because they hardly hit. And the triples might not show up for a whole year. That's why I don't play triples. I don't invest in triples. Unless toward the end of the year, I realize that they ain't showed at all midday, if I'm playing midday or evening. And I pretty much by that time know if I'm going to play them at all or not. If I realize the way I look for it to see if I'm going to play a triple for the whole year, I use strategy number 4. If I see that a 00 ain't fail on the front and 00 ain't fail on the back and triples ain't fail all year, then I know what triples I'm playing. If I see double ones ain't fail on the front and double ones ain't fail on the back all year, I know what triple I'll be playing. It'd be triple ones. If I say doubles 2 ain't fail on front, double 2s ain't fail on the back all year, then I know I'm going to play triple 2s, and so on and so forth. Other than that, I don't play triples because they're too hard to hit and they don't pay no more money than most of the other numbers. So they just don't pay. You can't guess when they're going to come. Certain numbers don't bring triples. The numbers just do what they do. And you'll see that if you actually tracking them. You ain't going to see nothing if you ain't tracking them. You ain't going to see nothing. I'm sorry to tell you. You ain't going to see nothing. You're going to see some guessing. That's what you're going to see. And you're going to see some luck, but luck runs out. But when you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you know why you're playing them. That's it. That's what lets me get in the winner circle. That's all I can tell you. Now, like I showed y'all my numbers that I'm playing, that 501 and that 150 for Illinois. Now, if you do the workout and you come to me, I have people send me their paperwork through email or text, and then I go over it with them because they didn't did the work. Now, like I said, I'm the real deal here. I don't give people numbers because you see what I showed you. You got to go through, and what I got through is simple. If you do it, it ain't simple. If I try to do it for all states, y'all couldn't pay me enough. Couldn't pay me enough. If I could have enough time, you couldn't pay me enough. But if you do it, we all can get in the winner circle. And you can bless my channel as my strategy and system blesses you. That's how I look to get rewarded. And people have been rewarding me. Surely they have. They have been blessing me because the channel is blessing them. But I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you to play 15 numbers and say play them for 7 days. Not Terry. Not Mo Money Teddy. It ain't that kind of party. It ain't that kind of party, y'all. We gotta get, if you all gonna get in the winner circle, we gotta do the work to get there, bro. We gotta do the work. Everybody doing a little, gonna get us a lot. Everybody doing a little bit, get us a lot. One person trying to do it all ain't gonna happen. Not me anyway. Sorry. Not the same rambunctious, but I'm just trying to be real with everybody about this. We cannot be trying to find numbers in books and numbers everywhere else and think you're going to win on a consistent basis like that. And that's luck, and it's going to run out. But if you're tracking actual 1,000 numbers, when I talk to you, me and you talking the same language. When I say what's going on with strategy number 2 or strategy number 1, a strategy number 4, did no zeros hit all year, or we can talk, but with all the different thousands of different tic-tac-toes run down strategies out there, I can't teach everybody all that stuff, and most of the people can't really teach them neither. Because as soon as they show a tic-tac-toe that work, the numbers change up. Then where you go from there? And then they say track on paper. Once you track it on paper, with tic-tac-toe, they sums, grids, flips, multiple different rundowns, the numbers are changing, and you don't know how they change or why they changing and what's going on with them. I don't care what they do. I don't care what strategy they use, because they only going to be tracking a small percent of what the numbers are doing. And then they can change up on the numbers. This here is, this ain't brain science here when you're doing this stuff here. Because when they mirroring and flipping numbers, they can make them, you're going to get any number to come out. You can make that number, you can make anything work if you're able to do that. You can make anything work. But like I say, I'm the real deal. I ain't going to do all that because I know it don't work on my end anyway. Not no consistent, not no long-term basis. Not on a long-term basis, it don't. Okay, this she, they got the tic-tac-toe. Let's do a tic-tac-toe here. On that 297 that came in. And I know all of them. I've done them all. They'll do the 297 this way to find the numbers. They'll do the 297 that way on the tic-tac-toe. They'll do the 297 this way. They got all kind of strategies. But there's only one real strategy, and that's to track the actual 1,000 numbers. Let's do the 279 here. Or 297 came. 297 came out, okay? You add 1, and most of them tell you to go this way. You add 1 to the 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10, but you just use the 0. 1 to 0, you get 1. And 1 to 1, you get 2. And 1 to 2, you get 3, okay? So what you're going to have out of this here, you're going to come up with a group of numbers that what you're trying to do is find out, and that's what most of them want to do, what number might possibly come the next day or the next 2 days or the next 3 days or the next whatever days, how many days they want to give it to come out to you. So now they'll take, go these three here, 209. Is that 198 and 237. Then they go down this way with the numbers. And that's 212, 093, and 987. So how many numbers we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then they'll tell you, yeah, we do the corners. We're going to do the 3, the 7, and 8. We're going to do 3, 7, 8. Then we're going to do the 8, the 9, and the 0. The 8, the 9, and the 0. Then you're going to do the 0, the 2, and the 1. 0, 2, 1. Then you're going to do the 1, the 2, and the 3. 1, 2, 3. So that gives us what now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then they'll tell you you can go, there's so many numbers they can get out of this triangle. But even with these numbers, what do you know about these numbers to even play them? What do you know about them to even play them? And then they'll say, okay, so then what they do after the fact, say these the numbers that came on Monday, and you're supposed to use these numbers to hit on Tuesday. All right? But the number that comes out Tuesday, let me see. Tuesday here. Let's say it comes out to be 2. Let's say it comes out to be 204. Is 204 on here? Nope, ain't no 204, right? And the first thing they're going to say is, oh, there it is right there. There that 204 is. We should have mirrored this 4, this 9, and made it a 4. Right there. There it is, right there. Right in our face. If you can change any of these numbers, you don't know what you're doing to win. Or flip. They'll use flip. If you do any of that, you can get 99% of any of those 1,000 numbers that come in. If you ain't tracking these numbers, you playing in the dark. For us to get in the winner circles, we're going to have to do the work to get there. Simple as that. That's why I don't give people numbers. That's why I don't do none of that. I want you to get in there and know how you got in there so it'll last, so we all can just get in there and make that money. Me calling out numbers to you ain't getting you in there, and ain't going to keep you in there anyway if you do get in there. If you don't know why you get in there. And 90% of the people that's doing it don't know how to get in there and stay in there. If they ain't tracking the 1,000 numbers and tell you why and how they getting in there, or why do you think they can get in there with the actual numbers. I'm telling y'all. Okay, now. Then, they got the run, the workout. The other workout here. And it's the same principle. They want to flip and mirror all the numbers. We all got to get on the same page. That's all I can say. I don't care what. You can use pick 3 at a glance. I don't care what strategy you use. If you're tracking the 1,000 numbers, I'm cool with it. But I know my system is the real deal with showing you what to do once you learn it. Okay, here. Uh, I put those on top because people come to the live, they don't know what this is about. Now, hopefully they'll understand what it's about. Like the well, I could have did the I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do the rundown on the 111 rundown, but only like we did before. If you got time, it's just the 297. Like I said, came Illinois evening draw, and we're gonna add the one and count down. We're gonna add one to the two. You're gonna get the three, and you're gonna count straight down. Basically, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, and then 2. Okay? You just count straight down. When you get the same number at the bottom, you get at the top. Let me move up here. I'm getting kind of not looking. Okay. After I'm gonna be here with the chat after I do this here, and I'll go back and pick up any comments if you can wait a while. I'll try to go through it like that. If not, email or text me momoneyterry@gmail.com, all small cap. momoneyterry@gmail gmail.com. momoneyterry, all small cap. Mo Money Terry. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here. I know somebody asked about Paris or something, but here, okay, 1-9. Then you add the 0 and count straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same number bottom, number top. You stop. Same here. 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Wait a minute. Did that miss something? 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5 here. 6, then 7. Okay, y'all. Hope I ain't too messed up there. Now, what they're going to tell you is use these numbers to try to find a number that comes in the next day. All right? And say, for instance, you, and that's, say, this came Monday. You're trying to find out what one of these numbers might come Tuesday again. Okay? And what they'll say, let's say the number was 303. There's no 303 here, right? But what they'll tell you is, oh, there it was in front of our face. We should have mirrored the opposite this number and made it a 3. Made that 8 a 3. You're going to find 99% of those numbers in anything like this, because you're going to have almost 99% of the numbers in any rundown from 0 to 9. If you can change any of these. Or say, if it didn't go this way, let's say that 612 came in. Well, 612. Let's say 612 came in. Then they'll tell you, oh, there it is right in front of your face. You should have connected this together. You're going to get any of them numbers, or those 1,000 numbers, 90% of them, if you go do that and you don't know why you're doing it. So I guess you get the basic principle there. We got to track the actual 1,000 numbers, and we're going to get in one circle and know what's going on, working with the law average. Okay,